We are back, lords and ladies, in Pillars of Eternity. As we continue on exploring Defiance Bay, we had just taken care of... What's it? It was a ferry and flotsam... No, it wasn't it. Nope, that wasn't it. Oh, his old self. Here we go. We just completed this one. Persnick's house. Persnick was actually a serve dealer, which is basically some kind of drug. He broke news to Karina and Cyril applauded, but he had lied to. Even so, she thanked me for doing for her. Right.
Can do.
So we took care of that. Let's go and explore the rest of the establishment. Actors, merchants. What's this? Brad Thuris. Yeah, it's another soul. Man, that's a long one. I mean, I'd love to read all of these, but they just take so long, and from what I've experienced, they don't have really much of an impact on gameplay. What? Not dagnabbit, seriously? Could have gone around the sort way.
A simple test. That's settled.
Everybody's stealth.
Just say the word.
No one can see us. Bartender's ring. The simple wooden ring is orange and grey and glows when you're not wearing it. The ring's actual history is more speculative than fact, while all sources agree that it was owned by Errol of Liville and that he acquired it after a period of exile. Stories differ on the particular of how he got it. Some say it was a gift from one of the gods, the others say it was a boon of a pact that he made with wicked power. 20% damage against spirits, 20% damage versus vessel, +5 will. We'll be stealing if we take it.
Can do.
And what's over here? No one can see us. No, we'll take the beer. I mean, do we want to...
Just say the word.
Do you want to steal the ring? Well, no one's looking. Right.
Just say the word.
Well, we became more honest. Which, it's no bother to me. I don't mind being honest. Being aggressive and honest is fine with me.
Just say the word.
Let's go back and break the news to the criminal lowlife. You can only hold one ring, right? Oh no, so you can have two. That's will, fortitude, and reflex. And Gwen's pleds twice per rest. The users get +5 15 endurance. I'm wondering, in all honesty, if I should switch it out for the ring. Spirit Vein, Vessel Bane, and Will. Compare. I mean, Gwen's pledge is nice, but it's only twice per rest. And what's that worth? That's worth more, and I think it's slightly better. Plus it ups her will, which, if I remember correctly, will defends opponents against mental-based attacks, yeah. I mean, we could give it to the mage. Actually, that is something we could do. We could give it to the mage and boost his will even more. Because, yeah, then he would have even higher will. Which would protect him against getting stunned. I mean, we've got a ton of stuff that we should really go through. We've got all this stuff. Great sword. I mean... my normal greatsword is better because it's got extra fire damage and accuracy and stuff. Actually, the fire greatsword 15% more damage. If we could get the fire damage for it, it would be better than the one that I have. And you got stuff like fine flail, fine sword, fine pike, fine small shield. I don't think anybody's using a small shield right now, are they? He is. So here's the small shield. How does that compare to the mace he's got? It's the same, basically, just with a couple of more stat stuff done to it. I mean, we haven't got that much. We've got some other bits and pieces. We've got actually a breastplate. Compare. Not as good as the armor she's got on. Compare. That's the dex. Nope. Okay. A lot of, to be honest, we could sell quite a lot of this stuff.
Just say the word.
I think over here, no person. Yeah, another soul story. I mean, the thing is, I really, ooh, this stagler pelt is thick with dust and moths. The plaque below of the beast reads, Maiden Falls 2682. I mean, the thing is, I'd like to listen to all their solos, and you could probably do it in game, but like from recording purposes, we just don't have the time. Scattered amongst such titles as Flora and the Living Land, Unity and Disunity, History of the Dreadful Archipelago, and the Treatise of the Kirkland People are half dozen travel journals held together with twine. Durin is busy filling spurs off the small round pellet. A burly Ormar raises a hand in greeting. Right, they all sort of nod. Olin woman nods at you at her cup with wine in hand, a scepter across her lap.
Yeah.
Right, so they don't have any information. We had to go back. Durin person leaves stronghold. Yeah, well. That's annoying. I don't think we would have been able to get back in time to deal with him anyway. Man, that's annoying. I should probably go back, but it takes so much time.
A simple test. That's settled.
Some bits and pieces, nothing
Just say
really worth taking. And there's people in here. Even if you broke it open, it'd be stealing. Old VL, South Coast, 2670 AI. So there's no point to trying to pick it when there's still people in the room, unless we could go invisible. The pages of these old books are crisp and fragmented with salt and sea breeze. The mostly unfurnished, unfortunate tale of Fivier and Burnett, a Velen tragedy. Okay. Grab that.
Just say the word.
More stuff to read in our travels. There's people in here. Yeah, like I can read some of them. Like this one isn't too long. Actually, wait, is it? Das Oki. You see a grin spread across the face of man and one on the face of the woman, younger still than he. She moves close to the tall light, sore and slow, tasting the anticipating his tongue the desire on hers. The candle gutters sending a wave yellow-brown light sneaking across his faceted face. She sits back, now all too aware of luminescent horns and dust-stamped blue skin. His otherness leaves her breathless, but from fascination or horror you cannot tell. He reaches across a hand, trailing a line on her jaw. Sibilant whispers snaking through the air, tempting, cajoling. Something in her breaks, and his grin slides back. He extends his tongue to lick the curve of her throat, pressing up a hair's breadth from her flesh. The thing we speak of, your husband, I shouldn't. He'd be ruined. A faint protest. The man wags his forefinger at her, teasing playfully, tracing a line with the finger down the length of her torso, causing her to writhe. He stops to sort. She gasps, "Not fair. That's cheating." She points, childlike. "Not if we make the rules." The man winks, and he resumes his strokes. Right. So.
Just say the word.
An adulterer. How kind. Right. Stuff up here as well. There's no point trying to open these because it would just be counted as theft if we try and break into them, I think, because there's people looking at us. Or is there? I mean, we could try opening one of them and see. All we had to do is just reload.
A simple test. That's settled.
Yeah, it's...
Just say the word.
we get XP for unlocking it though, so I suppose we should.
I can do that. That's settled.
Just say the word.
Right. Our barracks are going to be done soon, so we should probably go back to our castle. Right. So many things to do, never enough time. Sorry if I sound a bit tired today, folks. I am actually surprisingly a bit tired. So, monks have powerful armed attacks but can use... I don't know if I like the sound of that.
You're from Gilded Vale? Then you're close to home.
Close can mean a lot of things.
Surely you'll go back when this is all over.
Dunno.
Following your lead.
Guess that all depends.
Just say the word.
Right, let's get out of the city and get back to my fortress because we've got stuff to do there apparently. Yeah, it would take us just under a day. The law skill is used to decipher clues and remember. Speak to the messenger in the Great Hall.
I feel sorry for whoever has to clean up this place.
Oh, he had to speak in court as well. A call to court. A messenger from the messenger from the Duke's palace in Defiance Bay has arrived at Cad Noir. Speak with the messenger. Right. Okay. Let's speak to his royal pompiness. Let's see what this guy wants. A bear message from the Duke's palace.
Just say the word.
Greetings, milady. A Bernard message from Councillor Warren at Defiance Bay. He requests that you meet him at your earliest convenience in the Duke's palace. You claim Cadno has been called into question by the Gaffbin family. Earl Badamere has issued a ruling on the matter, but both you and Lord Gaffbin must be present. Who is Councillor Warren? He's an arbiter of legal matters for Earl Badmere of the Casp. Tell me about Lord Gaffbin, an old Allegian lineage, I believe, who looks around the Great Hall. The former Lord of the Stronghold, a distant relative of Lord Gaffbin, allied himself with a losing side during the War of Defiance. Cad Noir is mine. The Gaffbin family disagrees, as your claim is not based on lineage and an officer ruling is required to remedy the dispute. I'll go and meet him then. The council will await you in the second room of the Duke's palace in the first fires. Travel to the Duke's palace and speak.
Just say the word.
That's fantastic. Right. What is the status of the keep? Oh, wait a minute, let's see here. Okay, right. There's some questions. What's this keep once yours?
Not as a land is its lord's, more as a child is its mother's. This castle was my design, you see. The Earl appointed me to do it. I was getting on in years. I knew it would be my only chance to build something magnificent. When it was built, I couldn't bring myself to part from it, to go back to my lonely home. I begged the Earl to let me stay, to take care of it. It was all I wanted, and he granted it. Years later, when Bereth's usher finally came calling, I begged the Earl to find a way to let me remain, and so he did.
You mentioned an earl before.
The Earl of Yenwood, the original, in fact, when Deerwood was a colony. He found this site, the only ruin Ere Glanfarth refused to defend, and he believed its wealth would be great. The keep was his way of defending his family's claim, and that claim became his obsession. He had to know what lay beneath. He devoted his life to excavating the ruins below the keep. They had been sealed with rock and soil. Deliberately, it would seem. Years passed, and with them the Earl. He dug his entire life and never found what he sought. His obsession became his sons and his sons' sons. And one day, that young Earl broke through.
And he found the endless path waiting for him. Yes, an endless maze, incomprehensible in its construction, but he would never come to learn more about that than that. Vile things had taken residence there, vile and dangerous. They poured up through the keep, slew the residents and the Earl among them.
After that, the keep remained abandoned, unused, wasted. Mayor Wall's mastery of this place was the first hope I'd had in 200 years. How I've longed to see it as it once was. I can only guess why all this has happened. I fear I've wronged the gods putting this place here, and they've doomed me to watch it wear away into dust. To witness my own folly.
Are you imprisoned in the throne, you question?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins. One of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
Right. I'm going to camp slightly just because I actually construct. What did we actually get? We haven't purchased that. So we basically purchased the Barbican, the main keep, and we're just waiting on the barracks to finish. It'll be finished in 25 hours. Okay, that sucks.
Just say the word.
I thought it was going to be done by the time we got here, but it's obviously not going to be. Individual characters can dash selection circle indicate which characters are currently scouting.
Walls need some work before this place is secured. My husband could fix them right up.
Right. Get back to the capital again, it seems. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Copper Lane, it would take us a day, basically, to get back. Right, and it's...
Pagani, does your fox bite?
Yes,
Can I pet him anyway?
it's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
Yeah, a fox bite, that's going to be pretty nasty, actually, to be honest. I'm looking for some ingredients. Even more daring adventurers must keep up their strength. Yes, yes, yes.
Good day, stranger.
Right. What do we need? We need fire essence. We can get the agate. Which isn't... We'll buy all of those. But the fire essence I do not see here. Let's summon something. This intricate piece has been created from one small piece of ashwood. A raised relief has been carved across the front, depicting an eerily beautiful figure standing beneath a large and twisted tree. Her face is turned slightly to regard the viewer, as if just been noticing your presence. Yeah, okay, so we can't get that. A load of rings. We'll take that. So what do we need to get? We need to get to theoretically enhance the great sword. Now we could get primeval, we could get spiritual. And spirits, primordial. I'm not so worried about that. It's the more, yeah, we need to get some more primal flame, which is going to be a pain to find.
Yeah.
Right, trend supplies. What does he have? She does predominantly just traps, doesn't she? If I recall. That and like basic stuff. But I do have a lot of stuff that I need to get hock of. So... is there anything else we want to get rid of? I mean, we have that, but I already have a decent flail. Fine stiletto. Fine daggers are nice. It's always a pain to have to decide what to use and what to get rid of. Chuck that. Chuck all of these things. The axial plains, this is clothing. The axial plains are vast and filled with savannas at the northeastern reach. Though the climate is warm, it is less oppressive. Humidity in the heart of Edria. Mixtel clothing has been heavily layered, using cotton and highly decorative wool in equal measure. Extensive braid work is another defining feature of the garments, found both in jewellery and incorporated in the fabric itself. Right, so we've got to get rid of that as well. Let's get a bit of money. Now, what else can we get rid of? Get rid of that. You got a lot of those and a lot of breastplates, to be honest. Right. So you got a bit of spending money, to be honest, now, which isn't too bad. Right.
Just say the word.
Get some supplies.
Welcome.
I'm okay for food, to be honest.
Just say the word.
Hail and
Let's see what they have for sale. Same stuff, nothing's really changed. Right. Okay.
Just say the word.
I mean, in some ways it's beneficial that the armor doesn't actually have, sorry, it's beneficial that helmets and stuff don't actually have an armor value. It's just like dramatic effect. They just give, some of them give you like bonuses and stuff, but they don't give you an armor rating. Right in here. In the right house? Apparently not. Oh dear. Oh, we got XP for it anyway. So where's this bloke's house? There. Okay. In we go. Right. He'll be upstairs if he'll be anywhere. No, he's here. Persnick. Persnick Flint as you approach. Hello again, I have the discount for you like you wanted. Just say what you need, let's see what you have. Yeah, he just has that stuff.
Just say the word.
Blinking drug addict. Right. Okay, let's get here. I wonder if we get across here, if we'll turn up on the other side of the bridge. Like on the broken side, on the city side of the bridge. That would be interesting. Hall of Rid Mysteries is where you want to go if you need to service of skulls.
Just say the
right,
word.
okay. No, okay, we can't. It would just take us around the long way.
Not a problem.
That's a shame. What's this? Yeah, lockpicks.
Just say the word.
Never have too many lockpicks. What's here? Lumdal's house. Okay. The catacombs, Barenbook, the first fires. We need to go to the first fires, so you need to go and talk to the Duke. And I get the feeling that ignoring the Duke is probably not a good idea. So let's sprint for it. Right. Yeah, first fires, here we go. 15 minutes. As your party grows in size, you may want to change. Right, we're in the first fires.
Have you ever chased a skirt wizard? Or do you merely hide behind? Yes?
Don't pawn your personal problems off
Just
on me.
say the word.
They will use you, cast you off when it suits them. Never speak another word to you.
Maybe they just don't answer to fiery whore.
He has a point. Right, that's Crucible Keep, Temple of Woodker, it's ruined there. Audra's Gift, Valen Embassy, Heritage Hill, the Duke's Palace. Here we go. Nobles, Legacy. When will it end?
Just say the word.
It's imperative that we find a solution to this catastrophe. The stones of this ancient tower have been blackened by centuries-old fires, surrounded by a patch of wildfires. It looks like a monument.
Just say the word.
Right.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
Settle down, or you feel the back of my blade. I don't want to come here, but the village it wasn't safe anymore. We need more responsible people in Defiance Bay. Well, what do you like? This is the thing I always find funny.
Just say the word.
It's that they go, oh, it's like, it's the oh, poor me routine, isn't it? It's the whole like, oh, we need like better rulers. It's like then the new people take over and they've got no solution. It's just like the old rulers because there's no solution to the problem. Joining the Crucible Knights is a high honor. Nice.
Just say the
so
word.
it is. Right. Any weapon, shield, or suit of armor can be enchanted by clicking the enchant button. Travel to the Duke's Palace in the First Fire District to find space. Speak with Chancellor Warren at the Hall of the Records inside the palace.
Yeah?
Only people with this invitation are allowed to observe the Animator hearings.
Just say the word.
Let's see what lies this way.
Yeah?
Stealing. It's just helmets. They're not worth anything.
Just say the word.
I'm not getting busted over helmets. What's this? Sidley. Welcome to the Duke's Palace.
Just say the word.
Hello.
Sidley, the young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news, sir, or are you just here to see the Duke's Palace? What's Duke's Palace? It's the seat of government here in Defiance Bay. This is where the Duke Armagh Hadret declared freedom for the Andrian rule some 150 years ago. She lowers her voice and grins. It's also the hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossip here beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city. Ah, Deerwood politics. It changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike up a conversation in the taverns than try to loiter inconspicuously in the palace corridors. Looking for news? Who are you? I'm a page here at the palace. I deliver messages and run errands for the Duke and his advisors. The pay is not great, but I can't think of a better introduction to politics. What goes on in here? She laughs. Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. She leans in a little closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bartering for a favour. Unfortunately, I am not at liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official version, she clears her throat and gestures counterclockwise around the place. Ooh. Never just a counterclockwise, it's always bad luck by all accounts. You have a shrine devoted to Magra and official record chambers and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. Tell me about this shrine of Magran. It's a symbol of Magran's protection of the Defiance Bay. She represents the revolutionary spirit of the Deerwood ever since independence, and her involvement in the creating of the God Hammer bomb only affirmed her importance to us. She scratches her neck, but there's also where the first of the sacred fire burn, but Fregar, the tranquil ardent, has trouble keeping them lit. What kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff, census counts, tax records, militia requests. Now I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into reselving half of the records. She yawns. Worst day of my life. Is there a hearing going on right now? So is Duke Avar has been meeting with some of the city leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is a terribly secret, though. I tried to sit in this gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. She sniffs, but a lot of talks concern animancers, so there's a good reason they're keeping a meeting behind closed doors. Why is animator? We know why animators are so controversial, but we see anyway. She laughs. Where to begin? Traditionalists think it's a crime against the gods. There's no question about poking around the soul is risky, but the more progressive elements believe it's our only shot at restoring healthy births. And it hasn't helped matters for animators. Research often involved old Engraphan relics that are illegally looted from ruins in El Glanfath. She makes a quick turning motion with her index finger and middle finger. Well, we know what the legacy is. Windless legacy, that's what a lot of people call the wrath of the Hollowbones. The theory goes that the punishment for meddling in animancy. What are Hollowbones? She raised an eyebrow. You really are thrust from the road. Hollowbones are children, are born without souls. They're the things that we found without souls, basically. I just wanted to see if it would lead down any interesting dialogue, but it's not going to. So what do you think about animancers? I think the real danger of animancers is confusing a real scholar with an expensive fake. We've got a new case here every day. Some poor couple in the gift or copper lane who spent every copper they had on a miracle cure for their unborn child. It never works. She shakes her head. Breaks your heart, but that usually nothing can be done for them. I see. But let's see. Okay, I see. Anyway, the legacy is what politicians have all been whispering about lately. I'd like to ask about something else. Of course, I always got my ear to the ground. Tell me about the current Duke. That would be Avir Wolfgren. Don't let the title fool you, though. Our Duke our dukes have been elected since independence. Some find Duke Avar rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what Fine Spain needs. Goodbye. Right, so...
Just say the word.
Why are these records that we're supposed to find? Ferger. Most bright mark, go and transform us with your flame. Let's see what C has to say, because he's probably not going to like that we've got Durance here. Ah, the barracks have been completed. Good. Hirelings. Right, so we need to hire some people to keep our castle secure. Barathith cleric, Goldpack knight. I'm going to get a couple of people. I'm going to get mercenary mid striker. Actually, that doesn't add anything to security. Right, vanguard soldier. And we'll get mercenary mid-strike, and that will cost us 20 copper a day. And I get a Barathith Cleric that costs us 30 copper a day, which shouldn't be too hard to get. There we go. It won't cost us too much. And is there anything in the room? The stone figure of a warrior gazes towards her raised hand. It's empty, but the palm and fingers are blackened. So this is the fire that has problems getting lit. Okay, that's good to know. But that's going to be for next time, lords and ladies. I'm going to end it here right now because I get the feeling that this dialogue is going to be a bit long. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. It really helps me out now as a small YouTuber in the current climate. And I shall see you all next time in the next episode. Goodbye, folks.